Good afternoon, people. And here's Cameron again. This is a public live, by the way. I'm well. I'm very well, in fact. Thank you very much. So, there's a few topics today on Cameron's list. Here's the first one. As people have seen, last night, I got tagged in excess of 30 times, okay? By Dawn. Dawn Davis, she's called. Pink-haired cunt, right? Now, I own what I said to her. Yeah, I did call her a fat cunt. Yeah, I did tell her to go and choke on a cream cake. Yeah, I did tell her to get off the internet and go and see and deal with a husband who sits in a dark place. But do you know what? Instead of posting out there what I have said to you, post out the full conversation. Post out your voice notes while you're calling me a rapist, where you're accusing me of being a rapist with Frankie King, because you have heard it all through Smacky Ratcastle. Screenshots have been posted on my page anyway, where they're sitting in people's inboxes discussing me being a rapist. I've never in my entire life been convicted of rape. I have never, ever been arrested for rape. I've never been questioned for rape. I've never been arrested. I have a complete, clear criminal record. So when I go for you, Dawn, I went for you because what you were saying, okay? More false bullshit and lies to fit your narrative, right? Hence why I went for you. You've become that obsessed with me over the past 12 hours. I've had to block you. Because all the notifications I'm getting on my phone is, Dawn Davis this, Dawn Davis that, Dawn Davis has tagged you, Dawn Davis has this, Dawn Davis has that. Fuck off, Satan. Not today, bitch. Not today. You're boring. Come back with the proof. And like I said, I'll post out the full voice notes, including your responses. Yeah, I own what I say and do. I did call you a fat cunt. I did tell you to go and choke on a cream cake. I did tell you to go and spend time with your husband who's in a dark place. And what? Do you expect me to sit back and take your bollocks and bullshit? Not happening. Better still, why don't you and Frankie King go to your AA meetings together? How about that one? You're both fucking deluded cunts. Why are people accusing people of shit things like rape and stuff, knowing damn well it's fucking false? Why are people doing it? I don't give a fuck. I will defend myself, and anything I say and do I will own. Not a problem in the world. And like I said, I've told you countless times. Can you remember when you were sat on the voice notes, Dawn? Oh, I'm having a heart attack, I'm having a heart attack. And I turned around and told you to go and have a heart attack and die. Why did you get that response, Dawn? Because you called me a rapist, you horrible, dirty cunt. But considering you were having a heart attack, you spent the next 3 hours sending voice notes. Go and get yourself fucked off, you obsessive weirdo cunt. Right, point 1 dealt with. Now, point 2. Almost backs on to what I'm saying with false allegations. Can somebody get Chris Burke over here, please? Yeah, Chris Burke, who used to sit on Chris Loxley's live. Can someone get him over here? Get him tagged or something, or if you're here, comment on this, please. Again, back end of false accusations. Severe accusations, which is morally wrong, which can destroy people's fucking lives. Chris Burke this morning has been outed as fucking everything. Told the paedophile hunting community is looking into him and been looking into him. I've been here 7 years. The only time I've heard of his name is through Chris Loxley's page. Yeah, he's been in women's inboxes. Morally wrong. Morally wrong. The people who he's been speaking to is 30 plus. Nothing legally wrong about it. Morally wrong, yes. Legally wrong, fuck all. So why is he being outed as a nonce? You and that Welsh Gav from fucking Merthyr Tydfil or wherever he's from. This time last week, Chris was sat on a live discussing your new dog because it was panting and its fucking tongue was licking out everywhere, right? You and that Gav were sat there discussing bestiality. Oh, let the dog lick your bollocks, Chris. That's legally wrong, mate. That's the legally wrong. Where do you think you have the fucking power to stand on a moral high ground, calling people nonsense when you're sat doing what you're doing on a live with Gav? You know what I mean? I don't know Chris Burke. I don't know him. Chris Burke, I'll invite you on in a minute. I don't know Chris Burke. I know him from your lives. But for you to out him as a nonce this morning, right, just because you've had a bitter feud with him, bang out of order. And then to throw publicly that man is being looked into by the paedophile hunting community and has been looked into, again, a lie and completely wrong. Why are you publicising this shit, trying to destroy people's lives who you fell out with? Absolutely fucking disgusting, Chris. Going back to the days of fucking mass debate, right? The closed group on Facebook. I know you from them days. Yeah, you were a bit of a bellend then. But you've done a 360 spin on yourself and you've become a complete fucking arsehole. Complete arsehole. Because do you know what? The shit you say about people, right? The lies you put out about people is wrong. The false accusations that are being made against people is bang out of order and wrong. People being accused of being nonces, people being accused of being rapists, all verbal, never any proof submitted, never any posts put up with the proof. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. I've had now for nearly 18 months fucking imbeciles and idiots screaming that I'm a rapist because of Smacky Ratcastle and her accusations towards me. And you've got fucking imbeciles jumping on it. Oh, Cameron's a rapist. I'm gay. I've been in a long-term relationship for a fucking long time. I wouldn't even fucking piss on half of you cunts If you were on fire, I'd sit there and tip petrol on you and get warm with bellows. I certainly wouldn't put my dick anywhere near you. Going back to things like outing people as nonces, it's been through all over this morning. And then, I think it was Elaine McCulloch, she made a comment on Chris's live. Why people from the hunting community, when they stick up for Chris Burke and state he isn't a rapist, he isn't a nonce, they're blocked. I've been blocked on 2 accounts this morning for saying it how it is on Chris Loxley's live. You're doing dangerous shit, Chris. You're doing dangerous shit. And people need to remember, I don't give 2 flying fucks. My address and name and everything's been out there a long time. A long time before these inbred cunts have started firing it around. But you know what? There's only one person who's ever turned up at my door. One person who's ever turned around and said to me, I'm coming to your house, and done it. And then it wasn't for confrontation, it was for a laugh and a bet because they were driving past. Anyone who turns up at my house uninvited and starts kicking off, they'll be meted with the same response they give me. No fucks given. But like I said, why are people being outed as nonces? Why are people being outed as rapists by obsessive fuckwits who put themselves on a moral high ground when they shouldn't even be stood up there? Absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm getting inboxes saying people can't comment on the live. I don't know why you can't comment on the live. It's a completely public, open live. I don't know why people can't comment on it. I literally don't have a clue. Now, Chris Burke, send me a request to join the live. And like I said, I don't want screaming, don't want shouting, don't want people fucking being attacked and things like that. Stick with the facts, say it how it is. Send a request to join the live. Says Adam. Good afternoon.
Hiya, mate.
Right, the platform's yours. Say it how it is, Chris, but like I said, I don't want screaming, don't want shouting, stick to the facts and everything. Before you say anything though, Chris, right, I do not agree with the way you've been outed as a nonce and everything this morning, and people told that the paedophile hunting community have looked into you and they're still looking into you, right? Again, I'm only going off what I've been told. I've not actually seen it, right? But when you get comments, prime example, last week's saga where you've got Loxley and Gav sat discussing the new dog and the things Gav was saying, that's legally wrong.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
What I don't agree with, Chris, right, is morally wrong what you've done, absolutely. I'm not going to defend that, right? Legally wrong, and for you to be spoken about and outed the way you are, bang out of order. Absolutely fucking bang out of order. Now, here you go. Put your side across. Defend yourself.
Friday afternoon, I'm just on normal Facebook as usual, and I get the big Welsh Gavin, big Welsh bloke Gavin, sent me about 6 messages. One, leave Nicky alone. I thought, what's he on about? What's he got to do with him? Then another one, he called me a stalker, and he called me, what else did he call me? A stalker. What did he call me? Something else. Stalker, and it's you creepy. And I said, what's it got to do with you whether I talk to Nicky or not? It's not to do with you. I've been talking to her for months and months. And then he said, I'll make it something to do with me. I'll come down there and snap your neck in a message. What do you mean, you fucking stupid Welsh idiot? You'll come down and snap my neck. So then I asked Nikki what they were all on about. Nikki's been on a live already and said that she thought I was a little bit creepy, but I wasn't grooming her. Chris is saying I'm grooming her. Chris has just said it on his live this morning. I'm grooming her. She didn't block me because she felt she was getting groomed, and that's why she sent me a Christmas present. Oh, load of
Exactly that.
bollocks, Pardon?
Why are people like firing out? People are being groomed. People are rapists. People are fucking nonsense and everything else when they're not.
Exactly. Look at my
It's
background. There's nothing
damaging.
wrong on my
It will
background.
damage people's lives.
Exactly.
Right? Innocent people's lives are going to get fucking damaged. Innocent people's lives will get damaged. Innocent people will take their own fucking lives because of stupidity.
Exactly. Believe it or not, Cameron, in the real world and the Facebook world, I've got a lot of friends. I'm well known to a lot of people. All right, I've no family left now. All my family's dead except a sister I've nothing to do with. That's why I go on Facebook a lot. I don't work. I suffer from agoraphobia. That's why I don't get out much. But for looks, let's say to me, I sit in my flat all day and I only go to my caravan. Well, where does he go? He drives to his mum's and back. And then he turns round and says,
Chris,
yeah.
it's not a slating exercise of what Chris does and what Chris doesn't do. So keep to the facts, mate, please.
So like I said, the one thing I know what he's on about when he was on about, somebody said, I was on about kidnapping somebody and taking them down to my lodge. I said on a live, and can I name person or no? I won't name her just yet, just in case you don't
No,
want
don't
her.
name them.
No.
Don't name them.
I said to her on a live one night, I'll kidnap you and take you down to the lodge if you want. And so Chris Loxley's mentioned that this morning. Oh, you threatened to kidnap somebody and take him to your lodge. You know, where my lodge is.
Chris, let me just stop you a minute.
Right.
So I've seen comments on his lives, right, get made, right, which are legally wrong. Oh, it's all banter. It's a banter page. It's this, it's that, it's the other. How can he, like Chris Loxley, how can you go at a comment like that when you say worse yourself and you've done worse yourself?
Hello.
Don't try and cunt me off, Loxley, right? Simply because I have my own platform, right? I have my own platform and I do not care. I will open my mouth and I'll speak because do you know what? I own everything that leaves my mouth. I own everything that I do. And what you've said and done this morning, outing people as a fucking nonce, telling people the hunting community is looking into him and has been looking into him, bang out a fucking order. Just because you fell out with somebody, Loxley, doesn't give you the fucking right to sit and do that to somebody. Doesn't give you no right whatsoever to sit and out somebody as a nonce and say the paedophile hunting community is looking into them. Fucking disgusted. Absolutely disgusted.
It's like he's put a message up this morning saying he's had an inbox of somebody. He could have wrote that himself and just put it there because there's no name and there's a few little lines saying something. Oh, I don't want something. What he put up, I couldn't see what it was. But he could have just wrote that and put it up and showed it. It could be anybody. I said to him, show me people I'm supposed to have inbox then. Or tell him to give you a name or show me all inbox. He showed me five lines or something on a page. And that was it.
But
when I managed to get on his live, he fucking kicked me off straight away.
One thing that I don't agree with, right? Yeah, it's common knowledge, Chris. You're a bit of a slut and you're in and out of women's inboxes, having banter and everything else. Right? You're a single man. You're not married, right? Which I presume you're not married. You live on your own, right? But they're not fucking 12-year-old kids. They're not anything like that. So what I don't grasp is, let me just stop you a minute. Let me just read something.
Yeah, you know that.
Steve Hunt Sec, right? Stop mentioning people's names, right? Don't start causing shit on the live. Do not start causing shit on the lives, because I'm not in the mood for fucking imbecile, stupid comments. Right? Stop it, and stop it now. If you want to do a live in regards to that situation, I will quite happily discuss it with you. But don't start your shit on this live. Sorry, Chris.
It's all right. Carry on.
Yeah, you're in and out of women's inboxes. Yeah, I get the picture. You're a lonely man. One minute, Chris. Let me just finish. Yes, you're in and out of women's inboxes. Yeah, some of the shit that you've said is morally wrong. Yeah, maybe you've said a few things that you shouldn't have said, stepped it beyond them boundaries. But you know what? Doesn't make you a nonce. Doesn't make you a fucking person the hunting community's looking into, right? Every single person you're speaking to is above the age of consent, right? Above the age of 25, might I add. Above the age of 30. So why the fuck are you being outed as a nonce? It's absolutely fucking disgusting. Like I said, people are being outed for shit that they're not. Outed as nonces, outed as rapists, outed for whatever. Right? It's becoming fucking boring.
He comes out with the same story every fucking time he comes on his live about me since fucking Friday. Oh, Nicky said this and Nicky felt frightened, and he talks out of his fucking ass half the time. And when out kicks off on his live, he disappears, he jumps in shower, or he goes running off to his mum's, like yesterday when it were all kicking off. Where was he? Oh, I'm down at my mum's. I can't talk at the moment. I went on and I was admin yesterday morning, so I went on and took out memes he'd put on me. He'd put a load of memes of me up. So I went on and I deleted them all. And so then he took me off admin and put them all back on. What gives him right to put memes of me on? It's different when he moans because I put a comment on a live about his heart, about him having an heart condition. Did he like that? No, he didn't like it, did he?
No, these people don't. These people don't. But going back to people's inbox comments and things, right? Yeah, what you've done, fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid.
And you can ask half of them people who go on Chris's live, there's loads of them who go on Chris's live, ask them yourself if they're in this chat or out. Have I ever been insultive to hardly any of them? Or done out bad? They'll tell you themselves. Because I've had loads of people inboxing me asking, am I okay? Am I okay?
It's bang out of order what people are doing. You know, like I said, I've been outed now for the past, I'd say 16 to 18 months as a rapist, right? By that fucking balloon Samantha Mountcastle.
Yeah.
And people have started to listen, and people are like, well, is he, isn't he? Come and ask me. I'll show you my fucking latest acro, which I got through last week. Zero convictions, zero interviews, zero everything.
Exactly. People want out of me, they can have it.
But what I wasn't having, Chris, because when I went on his live to confront him in regards to the hunting community, Selhurst, good afternoon, lovely. When he was commenting in regards to the hunting community, I've been here 7 years. I've never heard your name mentioned once. And I'm fucking everywhere in this hunting community. Right? I'm fucking everywhere. Right? Not once have I heard your name mentioned. Not once has anyone come to me and said, Cam, do you know this Chris Burke who goes on Loxley's live?
Exactly.
Not once. And like I said, everyone's over the age of consent. Do I agree with what you've been doing in people's inboxes? Absolutely not.
No, exactly.
Morally wrong? Absolutely. Legally wrong? No. Right? They're all above the age of 30. It's not like you're talking to fucking 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. You know? What he's doing is fucking dangerous. And that's why I've got you on this live.
I'm glad you have. Apparently he said the person wouldn't block me because she She felt like she'd been groomed. She'd been online herself and said she hadn't been groomed.
Exactly.
I've been talking to her for 6 months.
I
She's
sat and watched it
45
from an
years
old
old.
account. I sat and watched her state she has not been groomed whatsoever. And he turned round and said, well, you might feel groomed later down the line. Get yourself fucked off.
Fucking hell. You might feel like you've been groomed later on. What, in like 2 weeks' time? Oh, I've been groomed. He's full of shit.
Yeah, someone's just put in here, and I'm going to read it. You know me, Chris. I'll say it how it is. Just stop being a weirdo in people's inboxes. If you're going to go in people's inboxes, sit and speak amicably, sit and have a bit of banter and everything else. Don't cross that line, man.
No.
Don't cross that line. Because you know what these cunts are like, right? Prime example, you fell out with Loxley.
Yeah.
Right? What's he done? Instantly, bang, I'm gonna throw Chris Burke under a bus and use all this information. Right? That's what they're like. That's what these people are like. It's called the internet. Right? And people have far too many internet emotions and feelings, including Chris.
Oh, he has. Some of the shit he comes out with on there, he's fucking perverted himself. Oh,
You know, I've seen shit that he said. Right? I've seen stuff that he said. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Right? But when you confront him about it, miraculously you get hit with a blocked button.
Exactly.
So I thought, do you know what? I'll give Chris Burke his voice, and I'll fire my own live up, and I'll have my own voice as well about the shit people are saying and doing. Right? Outing people with fucking life-changing, damaging accusations.
I must admit, there's a lot of people on this page who've had me back, and I appreciate that from them.
They will, Chris, you know. A lot of the people who I sit with and everything else, they know where the moral compass sits. I certainly know where mine sits, and a lot of the people on here know where theirs sit. Yeah, you may not get on with some of the people in this chat, but you know what? If wrong's wrong and right's right, they'll stand by it. If you've done wrong, they'll call you a cunt and tell you you've done wrong. If you've done that wrong, they'll tell you that as well.
You know, I've always had his back. I've always been right with him. But as soon as something like this happens, you know, he's trying to make out of a nonce. He's got his mate there with him now, his new mate, Gavin, who goes on. The Welsh Gavin who used to sit with Commando.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's, you know, prime example.
It's funny making memes of dead people's partners' dead bodies and stuff like that. Wait, you know, what's nice about that? You know, I wouldn't dream of making memes of somebody's partner dead bodies, calling them murderers.
Burke, exactly that. Start your own page. Start your page, right, and do your own lives, right? Stop being dependent upon other people for social interaction. Make your own. You'll get your following. And just block all the fucking imbeciles and arseholes off your page. Simple as that. Keep it as a banter page, a chilled page. Don't do shit. Don't do drama. Don't fire lives up like I do, being a fucking idiot, like going at people in response to their fucking stupidity, right? Just keep it as a chilled page. Don't sit there slagging people off. Don't sit there going at people. Just sit there and have a chilled page, bit of banter, bit of music, have a few people on, chew the cud, talk shit, you know? It is what it is. Set your own page up, man.
You know, I do talk to a lot of people who go on his pages and I get on all right with them.
There you go. There you go.
So,
just don't mention him, right? Keep it to yourself. Keep your own page how it is.
In trouble all the time.
Set your own page up. It's easy to do. Do you know how to set your own page up? I think he's been kicked off. I think he's booted himself off.
About that, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you must have pressed the back button or something.
I think I did by accident, yeah. But no, he won't be getting out from me again. Fuck him. He's a right.
Do you know what? It
is
what it is. Chris, you've had your say, mate. right? People know the truth. What you've done, morally wrong. Yeah, you've overstepped the mark in women's inboxes. You've said a few things that you shouldn't have said, right? 30-plus-year-old women, not kids. You're not a nonce.
I
You
like
know,
that.
you're not grooming people.
Oh, Elaine McCulloch, afternoon, keep up, please. Come
Elaine,
on later again.
we've just been saying about what's been going on and what Chris Burke's been outed as, and you made the perfect comment on Chris's live. Anyone from the hunting community who went over and confronted him in regards to what he was saying about Burke, like Chris Burke being looked into and has been looked into and everything else by the hunting community, you know, he blocked.
Yeah.
He literally blocked from the page from commenting. I've been blocked on 2 accounts now. Not like I give a fuck, you know, but it's bang out of order what you've been outed as this morning
Exactly.
when you're not. Like I said, and I know I've said it, Chris, morally wrong, absolutely. Legally wrong, absolutely not. You're not a nonce.
Far from a
Yeah,
nonsense. So about me
you
60 years old, he might not even see 60 anyway, so
you know, don't make comments like that. It's just going to reverse back round to you that he might
yeah,
not see 60. Everyone knows Chris is ill. Everyone knows Chris has got heart
yeah,
disease.
I have.
It is what it is.
I've suffered from anxiety, depression, and agoraphobia. And
Yeah,
he's trying to say to me, you don't leave your flat. I don't leave my flat. I go down to my caravan that I've got. No, it's
but
it down, dog. Sorry.
Chris, set your own page up. Go in and set your own page up. Do your own lives,
Go on.
right?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
your own, right?
Yeah.
Keep it chilled. Ban all the dickheads from it. You know, you've got a lot of people who speak to you.
I have, yeah, I must admit. I do.
You've got a lot of people who speak to you, right? But I'm getting bored of him, right? I'm getting bored of him turning shit to his own narrative, right? And the worst thing he did this morning was block me when I confronted him about the allegations that he's making against you and the hunting community. Because not once have I heard your name come up in 7 years I've been around this
That's all
shithole.
he ever says. I've been on here since 2017. What does he want, a medal? Supposed to go out,
And for him
supposed to go out and get a
to be
fucking
out in
job.
you the way he has, I know people don't like you. I know people have tarred you with the Chris Loxley brush and everything else.
Yeah,
It is what it is. Whatever. Set your own page up, Chris. Set your own page up. Do your own thing. Right? Fuck Chris Loxley.
yeah.
Let him get on with what he's
I
going to
will
do.
do.
Because do you know what? The way he's going on, he's going to fucking damage his own self and his own mental instability before he damages anybody else with the stupid, weird accusations that he's making up about people. Let him crack on with it.
Yeah.
Not your problem. Not your
No,
circus. Not your monkeys. Right? Let him crack on with it.
yeah, I will do. Yeah,
But yeah,
cheers,
Loxley,
cheers,
you're a
look.
cunt and you're bang out of order for what you've done this morning. Out in an innocent man as a nonce, telling everybody, right? And it's not the first time you've done it, is it, Chris? Out in innocent people as nonces, right? But for you to out an innocent man and tell people the hunting community is investigating him, you're a cunt. You are a grade 1 cunt.
But did you see what he put on his page this morning? I've had some more messages in my inbox saying he's been messaging some young people. He needs his jaw shattering or something. Thought, why make stuff up, Chris? You're just putting that on for a bit of clout, so to be announced later. And then he
It
puts
is what it is,
one little
you
message
know.
up, 5 lines long.
And like I said, the main point of this live was fucking imbeciles outing people for shit they're not, right? Because I'm bored of it. I had it all night last night from a fucking stupid imbecile. Like I said, yeah, I did tell her to go and choke on a cream cake. Yeah, I did call her a fat cunt. Yeah, I did tell her to go on a diet and call her a pie-eating fat mess, right? I own it. I own what I said. I own what I did. But
And
what provoked that reaction? What provoked that reaction, Dawn Davis? You telling everybody and in and out of people's inboxes that I'm a fucking rapist, disgusting me, right, and having conversations about me being a rapist. You dirty, horrible cunt. You dirty, horrible cunt.
And I'd just like to say, all them who've had me back on Loxley's Live, you know, cheers. I do appreciate it. Because there is a lot of them who've had me back. Nearly everyone has had me back on Loxley's Live. But all Loxley can bring up is, oh, you're in Nicky's inbox saying this and saying that. Same. He's not never new. He's not new to say. You know, he can't come up with any more evidence. He just sits there, making memes. And have you seen
But
it?
at the end of the day, Chris,
Right,
at the end of the day, Berkey, right, irrespective of whose inbox you're in, what the fuck's it to do with him?
Exactly.
What the fuck's it to do with him?
Page, though, don't forget, he said.
You grown-ass adults. It's not like you're talking to kids, right? The 30-plus-year-old women. Yeah, like I've said, morally wrong what you've done. Yeah, you fucked up, mate, right? You've made yourself look a little bit silly with the way you've behaved in inboxes. Yeah, you've been a bit of a tit. Morally wrong, absolutely. Legally wrong, you've done fuck all wrong. I'd be the first person confronting you, right? If you were talking to kids and you were a nonce, I'd be the first cunt to confront you. Let me tell you that one.
I like that as well, yeah.
But for him to out you the way you're being outed, absolutely cunt game. Absolute fucking insipid cunt when he thinks he can stand on his moral bastard high ground. Look at the shit you've done, Loxley. Look at the fucking shit you've done. And you know what? This live didn't need to take place. But you're the one who sits there on your moral fucking high ground, right, with your fucking moral compass pointing in the wrong direction, right, going at people. And when they bite back, you block them. So I tell you what, I'll do my own live where you don't have control of it.
You know, he doesn't get on with Paddy, does he? He won't let Paddy on unless he shows his face. He wouldn't let me on last night, and I'm not bothered about showing my fucking face.
Paddy.
But he goes on about, I ain't letting Paddy on here if he don't show his fucking face. Well, why not?
Paddy, have you sent a request? Yes, I'll let you on. Paddy Max jumping on.
Yeah, not a problem with him, mate. He's never done note to me. I've never really spoken to him.
It just says add in, Paddy.
Foxley's got a fucking problem with him.
It's just saying add in, Paddy.
2-6. Like Loxley, 2-6.
But like I've said all I've got to say, Chris, if there's nothing else you want to say, do you want to jump off and let Paddy jump on?
Yeah. All right, buddy. Cheers. I appreciate it.
All right. Cheers, Chris.
Thanks, mate.
Let me try now, Paddy. Says add in. Just says add in. Still says add in. Oh, here you are.
Hello there.
Good afternoon.
What's happened?
I'm sick to death of fucking idiots outing people as rapists and nonsense when they're not.
And so what's Chris?
Originally, it started off me going at Dawn fucking Davis for outing me all night as a rapist and shit like that and tagging me 30 fucking thousand million times through Facebook. And then this morning, Chris Loxley's out. Yeah, Chris Burke's been in people's inboxes. Legally wrong, no. Morally wrong, yeah. Has he sent dick pics? I don't know. Don't care. Right? But he's been speaking to 30-year-old plus. But he's been outed this morning as a nonce, and he's been outed as the hunting community have looked into him and they're looking into him. Don't sit and lie, Loxley, for clout. And I tried commenting on his live, lost my shit, so I got blocked. When him and Gav can sit last weekend discussing the things that they were discussing, and then I'm sat there thinking, do you know what? Fuck it. I'll fire my own live up and have my own say.
So, do you know Chris Burks? Do you know why he ended up on Loxley's page?
Irrespective of how he ended up on there, mate, I won't see anybody, right,
Do you know
outed as a nonce with lies.
Yeah, but I get told I'm a nonce, a woman
Yeah.
beater, sat wishing
Yeah,
cancer.
I get it all the time, mate.
I've heard it all.
Apparently,
I've
I'm a
heard it.
convicted rapist and all that kind of stuff.
So I'm not interested in sticking up for others. That I've seen enough people sit in silence when it's said about me, so yeah, I'm not really interested. I just think it's funny how Chris Loxley didn't have a problem. Like Chris Burke got ran off a fucking fat Becky Janet's page. Do you know what? Do you know why he got ran onto Chris's page? That guy was going into Becky Janet's inboxes and asking her for blowjobs for money, offering her money for blowjobs. And then he was bullying all these different women in inboxes. And do you know who it was that come over and outed him?
Yeah.
His own son. His own son come onto the page to stick up for Chris because Chris told everyone he was getting trolled. So his own son come over to stick up for him. And then his own son seen what Chris Burke was doing with all the screenshots. And then Chris Burke ran away and then appeared randomly on Loxley's page as this sweet, innocent old man with a head like a fucking melted candle. He looks like he survived the Fifth Element. I don't understand what in the name of Total Recall is going on. Who gives a fuck about that fat, ugly little caravan skipping twat and his merry bunch of fucking idiots?
I know, like, people don't get on, Paddy, but
I don't get on with anybody. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but when people are pulling people's names in, right, and when people are saying people are looking into him and everything else, nah, that's not true.
The guy lives in a caravan down at the seaside.
The
most exciting thing that's ever happened to him is one of the legs broke in his fucking camping chair.
It is what it is, and it is.
He looks like, you know, if you got the picture of Chris Loxley and you got the old Snapchat filter and just pointed a picture at it, it would be Chris Burke. Chris Burke is where Loxley will be in 30 years, in a caravan by himself with some leg with a limp. I don't give a fuck about it. It's all like fucking repetitive bullshit over and over and over. Absolute horseshit. Selective bullshit and criticism. It's why I don't bother him around anymore. It's hilarious.
And like I said, this live was so, to start off with, it was about what fucking Dawn Davis and everything was saying last night. And all through the night, that stopped at about 4 o'clock this morning.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, she's just some cunt. And she's outed voice notes and everything. Yeah, I own them voice notes. I've said it. I've done it. It's not a problem. I called you a fat cunt. I told you to choke on a cream cake. I called you a fat pie-eating bitch. Why did I call you that? Why did I call you that? Because you were sat in inboxes discussing me being a convicted rapist. I've got the screenshots. I've got the fucking screenshots of you.
If anybody wants a picture of Cameron Hunter, right, dancing to my milkshake things on the yard with his dick inside a cart, give me a text, right? I swear to God, he's got rainbow tarp on his penis. He's got some blue tarp. He just pulls them out of his pond, sticks them in the end of his dick, goes live, and that's why he sounds like.
And if anyone wants the video of, if anyone wants the video of Paddy,
like that. He's trying not to come. He's got his dick in a cart.
If anyone wants the video of Paddy in my house, yeah, they can have that as well. Running around the pond naked.
Chris Burke, I'll come on live now and show you I'm sat in my flat. What the fuck do you think it says? Timo Cribs, you little old cunt. Why the fuck would I want to see you sat in your flat?
You know, it is what it is. I know you don't get on, but I wasn't having him outed as a nonce when he isn't.
He's not a nonce, but if you typed in Spectrum on Google, there'd be a picture of Chris Burke, right, on Loxley's lap, and Loxley be sat in fucking, what's that building called again? Oh, He's not around anymore. He used to roll about and call people names.
Oh, I don't know.
Fucking hell's his name? Can someone tell me the name of that weird cunt? It's just someone about threatening everybody. What was his name again? Can't remember his name. Fuck knows. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Have a nice day.
I'll ring you later, bitch.
Right, you fucking slut. Bye.
Bye. Anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted by the Scottish one, like I said, I'm bored of it. I'm absolutely bored of the shit of people being outed as convicted nonces, convicted rapists, right? When there's nothing of the sort, you know, I've had it for 15, 16, 17, 18 months. Luckily, I'm a strong individual and I don't give a fuck because I know the truth and everyone else knows the truth. But you get people who aren't strong individuals being outed as nonces when they're not. You get people being outed for shit that they're not, and they're not strong enough to take it. They're not strong enough. And you may sit here and think, oh, that's a little bit double standard through what you're doing to Smacky Ratcastle. No, I'll play at the same level as she does. But the difference with me and her, I have all the proof. I have every single bit of proof. And it's her own words. Because it's all coming from her lives. It is what it is. But I'm fucking bored, right, of innocent people being accused of being rapists, nonces, fucking everything. It damages lives. It pushes people to the brink of suicide. What you did this morning, Loxley, was bang out of order, because you know it's shit. You know it is absolute fucking bollocks and bullshit what you said about Chris Burke. And same principle, Dawn Davis. Yeah, I did call you a fat pie eating cunt. I did tell you to choke on a cream cake. I did tell you to get your fat head out the fridge. But what provoked that? You outing me as a rapist. You letting Frankie King out me as a rapist. You in people's inboxes discussing me being a rapist. That's what provoked my reactions. If you don't want my reaction, don't come at me with shit and lies, because you'll get an adverse reaction to what you're totally expecting. Because I don't care. I literally don't give a fuck if you're male or female. You come at me, going at me verbally in my inbox, you're going to get it back. Oh, Cameron's a woman abuser. Never abused a woman in my life. Never, ever, ever abused a woman in my life. I'll give a woman back verbally what she gives me. I'll never raise a hand to a woman. Never have, never will. The amount of lies that people are saying to damage and discredit people is a fucking joke. Absolute bastard joke. And people need to stop with a nonce card. People need to stop with a rapist card. There's people on this live watching it that I know who have been called rapists, and they're innocent. I know there's people watching this live who's been called a woman abuser and they've been done for DV and everything else. It's all lies. People are saying and doing shit to provoke a reaction, to discredit them, so other people will stop listening to them. That's the issue. And it needs to stop. Because do you know what? You've got the likes of Loxley's secret page out in innocent people as nonsense. What would you have done, Chris? Because I guarantee people have recorded that. What would you have done? Now, again, talking on a hypothetical, like, situation here. What would you have done if Chris Burke disappeared? And in 48 hours he was found dead, where he's unalived himself. You would be accountable for that through your actions if he would have written a letter stating, all because of what you have said and done. It's thrown around far too easily. Oh, he's a rapist. Oh, he's a nonce. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. No, this shit needs to stop. Be open, be honest. Chris, I think you're a cunt. Could I sit here and call you a nonce? Absolutely. Does it mean it's true? Not a chance, is it true? Can I sit here and call you a cunt and know it's true? Absolutely. Because what you did this morning was a proper cunt's trick. And do you know what? Again, I've said it, it's left my mouth and I own it. No fucks given. None whatsoever. I've got no more to say on the matter. I've addressed Dawn Davis. I've given Chris Burke his say. Because fucking stupid imbeciles out in shit. That's untrue. Has anyone else got anything to say? Hong Kong Philly, I agree. Right? Chris Burke did sit with Loxley. And a lot of shit that goes on over there is uncalled for. And it's absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Everyone sits with people. Everyone sits with people they don't like. Everyone will sit with people who don't get on with each other. Irrespective of who gets on with who, this nonce card needs to stop being thrown about. And the rapist card needs to stop being thrown about. Because you know what? People are going to end up taking their own lives. People are going to end up getting physically hurt by people who have heard it. People who have seen it on social media. Oh, it's on Facebook. It's got to be true. This shit needs to stop. And if you've got a problem with me, Loxley, about this live, come and speak to me, or come and jump on a live and have a debate with me and discuss it with me to why you think it's acceptable, right? And see if you accept your own accountability of your lies and everything that you've said in regards to somebody this morning. Like I've said, yeah, he's been in people's inboxes. So what? Morally wrong, yes. Legally wrong, no. Because they're all 30 plus people. Not a single child. Not a single fucking kid. But you've made out he's a nonce. You made out the hunting community have looked into him and are looking into him. When they're not. Absolutely fucking disgusted. Absolutely disgusted with you, Loxley. Because you know what? That shit sticks. That shit damages lives. I tried speaking to you on your live and you didn't give a fuck. You blocked me. Because I defended Chris Burke. No, I defended what was right and what was morally right, not your lies and bullshit. Exactly. Some of the views here will still sit with Loxley. Make it make sense. Hong Kong Fooey. Does the internet make sense? No. It literally doesn't. It literally does not make sense. But to say shit that's been said, No. Absolutely fucking disgusted. Absolutely disgusting behaviour. Has anyone else got anything to say? Or I'm going to jump off. Exactly, Hunter Valentine. It's the first natural thing that people have become accustomed to throwing in there. Oh, you're a nonce. Oh, you're a rapist. Because you know what? They've not got the bollocks to come and speak to you face to face. It's the first thing that's become the accepted behaviour to say. Hong Kong Fooey, this live ain't going to be taken down. The only way it'll be removed is if it's reported. But it is what it is. I've said what I've had to say. Blocked you on both accounts, Cam. What do you mean, Kev? Sarah Bot, it won't backtrack. It won't backtrack because do you know what? That post has gone up. That post would have been screenshot and that post would be shared. That post can end up anywhere. So irrespective of if it's been removed or nothing, that shit can still be flying around. Sam Jones, it's just about fucking idiots outing people as nonces, outing people as rapists, just to try and get one over on them and bollocks and bullshit and lies when they're not convicted of this and they're not convicted of that. It's a fucking joke, absolute joke. Anyway, it's fucking 10 to 2 on a Sunday afternoon. I'm sat here thinking I need a roast dinner, so I need to go and get my shit together. If there's nobody else who wants to say anything, I'm going to jump off. This live's going to stay up. Like I said, there's people been saying in my inbox, Cam, I can't comment on your live. I don't know, it's a public live. Yeah, Loxley blocked me on both accounts for confronting him on his live, on his StreamYard. Bollocks to him. I don't know why people can't comment. It's a public live. You know, I've gone into settings, everything's set to anyone can comment, anyone can view, anyone can share. Shit, yeah, it is. It's 10 to 3. What time did I say it was? What time did I say it was? I'm looking at a tablet that's not been updated. And to me, it says on the tablet it's like 10 to 2. But on my phone screen, in the top, it's 10 to 3. So which one's right? Is it 10 to 2 or is it 10 to 3? Going off the comments, it's actually 10 to 3. So yeah, the tablet clock's wrong then. Oopsie. Never mind. Anyway, like I said, I'm going for a roast dinner because I need a roast dinner. The live's going to stay up. I don't know why people can't comment. Everything's set to public. It is what it is. If you can comment, you can comment. Happy days. If you can't, you can't. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't know. It's a Facebook thing. I don't know. So I'm going to jump off and I shall speak to you later.